Today is a very auspicious day. We are observing 2 disappearance days coming on different tithis, but they are coming means they are to be observed on same solar day. This is sometimes it happens. So one is Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. In Krishna Lila, he is Vedavyas and Kushumapira Sakat. What Vedavyas wrote about Krishna Lila in Srimad Bhagavatam and all other scriptures, in Gaur Lila, Vrindavan Das Thakur, he is Vyasadeva who wrote Chaitanya Bhagavat, the authorized biography of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being blessed by Nityananda Prabhu. And if you read the commentaries of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he gave very nice from all different scriptures, from Bhagavatam and other Puranas and Upanishads, all. He gave evidences for all the verses of Chaitanya Bhagavat that it is the same Siddhanta, perfect Siddhanta, which Vyasadeva wrote before. Now he wrote in Bangla and in relation to Gaur Lila. He is the son of famous Narayani Devi. She was 4 years old girl when Mahaprabhu blessed her in Srivas Angan. He told her when Srivas was afraid and he was worshipping in Rishinga, at that time Mahaprabhu came in and said, I am the one who you are worshipping, you don't be afraid. I will destroy the wicked and I will make whole world chant Harinam. If you don't believe me, I will show you now. So Narayani was 4 years old. Generally in Shastra we see from 5 years old they will start. Prahlad Maharaj Dhruva is there. From 5 years one should start. But Mahaprabhu is most merciful, so he showed from 4 years. He told her to chant Harinam and she chanted Harinam and crying in prema, and he also gave her his own remnants of food. So her son is Vrindavan Das Thakur. He appeared there in Navadip when we are doing parikrama, that Mamgachi, Modadrun Dvip. There one Gauriya Mat is there, established by Prabhupada. That is his birthplace, and his Gaur Nityananda deities are still there. So he wrote Chaitanya Bhagavat, but mostly about early and middle pastimes of Mahaprabhu. Then he was so much describing about Nityananda Prabhu's pastimes of preaching that he mentioned only briefly about later pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But he already mentioned that in future Vyasadeva will narrate one who will get this service. So then, you know, Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, we just heard 2 days ago, he praised the work of Vrindavan Das Thakur, and he said, I only took some remnants and described what he left untold. That does not mean that he does not know, but he did not disclose. So, and this Chaitanya Bhagavat also is so potent that it is said that Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami said it is Mahaprabhu directly who is writing through him. And also Nityananda Prabhu, he was blessed because he was his disciple. Vrindavan Das Thakur is disciple of Nityananda Prabhu. And he, it is said that if even Muslim or atheist will hear this Chaitanya Bhagavat, his heart will melt and will become devotee, so powerful. And you know, I told some days back that Vrindavan Das Thakur played the pastime of being so merciful that he said, if after hearing about the glories of Nityananda Prabhu and Vaishnavas, in spite of that, still one has any hesitation or doubt, then I kick them in their head. means so merciful. It is not out of false pride, but so extreme compassion, because they will get the dust of his lotus feet on their head, and that will make them understand. And another is, Prabhupada said, if some son of some other chastises another very heavily, then mother will have pity on that person. Seeing that her own son is beating that person or chastising very heavily, she will have affection. Means attention will go there, and she will want to help that person. So like that, when Vrindavan Das is so heavy on me, like person has no brain, no understanding, still there is a scope. They are opening the way to receive mercy, that he will chastise so much that Nityananda Prabhu will start to look at me and will take some pity on me, because his own person is so heavy on me. So today is his disappearance day. I am remembering his deity there in Mamgachi and bowing down to him and praying for his causeless mercy to bestow seva of his lotus feet and the lotus feet of his object of worship, Gaur Nityananda. And today also is the disappearance day of our Gurudev. Gurudev, there is some speciality. Generally, like we see, before one Acharya disappears, he will say Antim Vani once, like Prabhupada and our Parang Gurudev. But Gurudev was repeatedly saying Antim Vani, his last message, for 3 years. What is that last message? Granter Arambe Kori Mangalacharan, Guru Vaishnav Bhagavan Tiner Smaran. Tiner Smaran Hoy Bigna Binashan, Anayas Hoy Nijo Panchita Puran. Guru said this is in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It is not ordinary scripture. Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, once we were in Guwahati, Assam, in that final Leela of Gurudev, Gurudev said this is in Chaitanya Charitamrita. If you don't have belief in Chaitanya Charitamrita, then you go out from here. You go out. I never heard like that before from Gurudev. So compassionate, so strong, but you could feel that extreme compassion. That before writing this scripture, I am invoking grace. How? By remembering Guru, Vaishnava and Bhagavan, all obstacles will be removed in devotional path and all desires will be easily fulfilled. Those spiritual devotional desires, Gurudev said actual Guru, actual Vaishnava and Supreme Lord. Just merely by remembering them, we can get everything, but with this material mind, we cannot remember them, Gurudev told. When we submit to them, then by their grace, their transcendental qualities will descend to us. By that remembrance, this will happen. All obstacles will be removed. Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan Tiner Smaran Hoy Bigna Binashan, all obstacles removed. Anayasa Hoy Nijo Banchita Puran. This is one version. Very easily you will get fulfillment of all your desires. And Gurudev used to say, Ochirate Nijo Abhishta Puran. Very quickly. Ochirate means quickly. You will get all your desires fulfilled. This was one thing Gurudev was repeating, because it's very important to practice this, not only to hear and speak, but to practice. So all our practices are meant for this, only for this, so that we can, because the Root cause of all problem is forgetfulness of Krishna and his devotees. So the root cause of auspiciousness is their remembrance, and all devotional practices are meant only for this, to get awareness of them, to get remembrance of them, to think of them and serve them. Then further Gurudev said from Rupa Goswami, it is also quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Atasya Krishna Namadina Bhavet Grajyam Indre Sevan Mukha Hi Jivado Swayameva Spuritada. Therefore, the transcendental name of Krishna, his transcendental form, transcendental attributes, transcendental personal associates, transcendental dham, transcendental lila cannot be comprehended by external material senses, either gross or subtle. Impossible. They are beyond the capacity, beyond the scope of these senses. They are non-eternal, but Krishna is eternal. But Sevanmukhe hi jivado, if one will become inclined to serve Krishna by the grace of pure devotee and under his guidance will serve Krishna, Sevanmukhe hi jivado, he will engage all his senses, beginning with tongue, jihva ado, beginning with tongue, but all senses, then to such purified senses which are inclined to serve Krishna, Krishna by his own will reveal himself. That will descend. He will descend to only such surrendered soul. Gurudev said, Rupa Goswami is giving us warning here. You cannot comprehend by this. And Gurudev also did this pastime in last lectures. He said, if I close my eyes, what do I see? Nothing. So how we can depend so much only on these non-eternal senses? It is not possible to get. But by the grace of Shuddha Bhakta, when one becomes inclined to serve, then to such a surrendered soul, Krishna will reveal himself according to the degree of submission. Then another thing Gurudev used to say, Labdva sudurlabham idam bahu sambhavante manushya martadam anityam apiha dhira turnam jatetana patetanu mrityu javan nishreyasaya khalu vishaya nishreyasaya vishaya khalu sarvatah syat. From Bhagavatam, it is in relation to creation that it is mentioned there. Gurudev repeatedly used to say that Supreme Lord was not satisfied by creating other species, but he became satisfied when he created human beings, because they have this capacity of discrimination between good, bad, eternal, non-eternal, and they can accept eternal truth, Supreme Lord. So it is special, and Krishna was happy. So this verse says, Labda sudurlabam idam bahu sambhavante. This very rare human birth we got after many, many births. Means 8 million birds in different species, as aquatics, as stationary living entities, trees, mountains, and then birds, beasts, insects, this. Then after 8 million species, we get this human birth. Labda sudurlidam bahu sambhavanta. After many births, manusham arthadam. This human birth, which is arthadam, it can give highest benefit, eternal welfare. But it is anityam, it is non-eternal. So, turnam jateta na patet anumrityu javan. Immediately, turnam jateta, immediately napatet anumritujan, before another death occurs, you should immediately start bhajan. Because you don't know when you will die. Gurudev said, can you say, he's pointing to the audience, can you say when you will die? Can anyone say? So, immediately, and knowing well that Nishreya Saya Bisha Kalu Sarvatasyat, that this sense gratification in the form of eating, sleeping, mating, defending was already available in all other species. And in better way and more magnified way, already that is done already. But this human birth is special. You can get Nishreya, ultimate benefit. So considering all these points, that it is very rare, very valuable, because it can give highest thing, that it is, you don't know when you will lose this chance, and you should not spoil your human life for only those things, for things that was already done. So you should utilize it for getting your eternal ultimate welfare, should not misuse. So one who considers these points, he's a very sober person, dhira, sober person or intelligent person, he will turnam jateta, immediately he will start. So Gurudev said that Prabhupada was explaining this verse for 1 month, and everyone who heard him, they accepted. So powerful. This verse Gurudev used to say, and then he gave warning. Further he said, you may want to worship Supreme Lord like Dhruva decided, but what Suniti mother told him, if you will keep any hostile mentality to anyone or any revengeful mentality to anyone, thinking that they are the cause of your miseries, you are blaming them, then you will not succeed in pleasing Supreme Lord. Gurudev said, Dhruva gave up this, thinking that it is anyone else's fault. No, I'm reaping the fruits of my own actions. It is no one's fault. And Gurudev used to repeatedly say, now it went out because another remembrance came in relation to that previous verse. Gurudev is reminding me. Gurudev used to say evidence from that, I think it is Manu Sanhita maybe, or some scripture. Jala Janava Lakshani Stavara Laksha Vingshati. Krimaruda Shankar. That verse Gurudev repeatedly said that so much aquatic animals, 9 lakhs. Jala Janava Lakshani Stavara Laksha Vingshati. 20 lakhs of this Stavar stationary, and Krima, these insects, for sure, then this. Gurudev used to say. So, yes, then Gurudev repeatedly was saying, all are good, I am bad. What is the meaning of this? What Gurudev meant? In relation to this point of Dhruva, that something is happening to me, and I'm thinking they're very bad. Gurudev said, we are saying he's bad, this is bad, everything bad, corrupt, like this. And if you will think like this, then everything will be zero. You will not get anything. No grace of Supreme. If you think like that, that is ignorance. I am bad because I did bad activities in past. Now I'm getting the fruit of that action by someone. He's not the cause. He's instrument in the hand of Krishna. Only Krishna can give the fruits. No one can give independently of him nothing. So it must be sanctioned by Krishna. But if I blame others and I think there is fault in them, then that is ignorance. So I cannot get. So, and also one who sees the grace of Supreme Lord in all circumstances, because Krishna is giving the fruit. So in that sense, others are good because they are bringing me that which is necessary for my rectification. All are good, I am bad. If someone has this sincere mentality thinking, I did wrong, I am bad, others are good, because through them Krishna is rectifying me, they are bringing me that. So such mentality is necessary for the worship of Supreme Lord. Sincere mentality. And also Gurudev said, when Dhruva finally he got darshan of Narayan, he lost all other desires. He only wanted Supreme Lord service, nothing else. Then Gurudev also told, Shridei Tadas Kirtanete Ash Koro Uchai Svare Horinam Rob Kirtan Prabhave Smarana Hoive Seikale Nirjan Bhajan Sambhav. Prabhupada wrote one song saying Shridei Tadas is always desirous of Kirtan, means loud chanting. Shridei Tadas Kirtanete Ash Koro Uchai Svare Horinam Rob. Very loudly you should chant Harinam. Then you can hear, and others they can hear, and there will be proper Jukta Vairagya. Everything should be used for the service of Krishna. And when by the power of such pure kirtan, means without tenfold offenses, Gurudev also told, this is important point, not only shouting loudly, but it has to be for the satisfaction of Krishna without offenses. Then by the power of such kirtan, in association with devotees, then remembrance will come naturally. Smarana hoibe. All realizations will start to come. And when this will come naturally by kirtan, then you can, if Gurudev gives permission, you can go to secluded place and do bhajan, because all the time you will be in connection with Supreme Lord. But if this connection is not there, then you are thinking so many other things, then staying alone is very dangerous. You have to be in association with devotees, they will encourage you and help you, and the atmosphere and everything is conducive. So this Gurudev also was repeating, and of course occasionally some points from Prahlad Charitra and also Ambarish Charitra and the Kadashi, like this. He was explaining. And also in 2006, I think, or 6, I think 6, I asked one question. It is there, still recorded. I asked Gurudev, when Gurudev will disappear, then how disciple can keep connection with him? Then Gurudev said, you are reading Gita, so if even Atma of conditioned soul is eternal, then Gurudev will be non-eternal. So after that, everything will finish. Everything is gone. He said, this is materialism. Connection is always there. Gurudev is eternal. And we did not see the actual, that transcendental form of Gurudev in Krishna Lila. And he did not say his own, he said, Prabhupada is Nayan Mani Manjari. So he is always existing. And Prabhupada also said, if it is necessary for me to come, I will come thousands of times if necessary to help those whom I have graced, those who took initiation from him, I will appear. So this assurance is there. So you should not think about this. You should not worry about this. Gurudev told. He said you should take absolute shelter to Guru Parampara and go on worshipping in this way, then you will get. And also Gurudev said through heart, one devotee asked how communication will go on. Gurudev said, Krishna is in the heart of everyone. Yes, Krishna, but Gurudev, then Gurudev said, Guru is one with Krishna. He is also there. So if you pray sincerely, then Gurudev will come to help you. So this he spoke in 2006 something. I have that recording. It is there on Krishna Cast also. And then in 2007, Gurudev was about to disappear there in Chandigarh. We were there. Everything looked like that. And then Gurudev came back. And then he said, I was going to Vaikuntha, but Krishna did not allow me. He said, you will have to do more service for this institution. And also later on he told me also, Krishna told, you did not yet do bhajan, so you have to do bhajan, you have to chant Harinam. And to one sevak he told, I did not know, I did not hear at that time. He said to one sevak, 10 more years I will have to stay, he said in 2007 in Chandigarh. And that devotee, she was calculating, but in between she forgot already. But when 2017 year came, at the New Year's Day, she remembered suddenly, oh, this is the year. So then really it happened in 2017. And also I told that I once brought to few lines for Guru Parampara song of Gurudev. Guru said, I don't want to see like my glories, this. You can use this after my disappearance. And Gurudev was very like cool, no problem. Like some event, like because Gurudev realized the soul. I still remember how he said it, that you can use after my disappearance. And Gurudev many times he already also tried to prepare me when answering some question or something. Then he said a few times, maybe 2-3 times, he said, but one day I will have to go, like in the mood of like he's trying to apologize or don't be disturbed, like in this, but one day I will have to go. Then I always approved, because Gurudev said in such a mood that you cannot do anything else. And he said, I will not die, just I will go to Golok, I will not die. And then Gurudev made some nice arrangement, at least for all devotees, he made nice arrangements. Some could go to India. Some got dreams of Gurudev. He appeared to them in dream. And everyone got some blessing, some arrangement by Gurudev. In my case, I was in Vienna because in that month, they invited me because now he's the charge of Bagbazar Gauriya Math, Sannyasi Maharaj, they told me he's there, so I should come for program, and if any seva necessary for Bengali or something, because like with Gopananda Bon Maharaj. So I went, and first Harikatha when he spoke, I felt that he is in this line of Prabhupada, this traditional like Gauriya Math style. Like I felt like home atmosphere, and automatically it came to me, okay, even when Gurudev will disappear, there will be some, like, with whom I can consult. There will be some who are of this line, of Prabhupadas, that Gauriya Math, that actual. That happened when I heard his first Harikatha. Then we had discussions. Then I was also waiting for another one Maharaj to bring him to Slovenia. So I was in Vienna, both together, these two events. So they came. That time Gurudev already started performing that sickness pastime. And first Boshuda sent me a message on my phone that whether I saw that message on internet that Gurudev's health is not good. When I read that message on SMS, what she copied from there, I did not see. Then I felt disturbed. But then suddenly, after 10 seconds, Gurudev reminded me of that Harikatha in 2006. That you should not worry. Gurudev is eternal. But at that time already I understood, now Gurudev will disappear. I understood by getting that message from Gurudev from within my heart, reminding me of that. Then I understood, oh. But I was peaceful because Gurudev pacified me that this is this. Then after I got this, then my mother called me by phone. You saw that message? And she was disturbed. You saw that message? I said, yes, I saw. And also, I think, means I know, now Gurudev will disappear. And then it was like this. So I was staying there because I was waiting for that Maharaj to bring him to Slovenia. So they came. And in between, I told that every day I was going Mangal Arati in that Vienna temple. And after Mangal Arati, Kirtan, Harikatha, everything, breakfast, normal. But one day, in that period, when Gurudev was doing this lila, suddenly I became so sleepy after Mangal Arati that it was impossible for me to tolerate to stay awake. So immediately after Mangal Arati, I thought, let me sleep something more and then I will. It never happened like that. It was impossible for me to, and it is not that I was not sleeping enough from previous, that I was tired. No. Then I went to sleep. Then that time Gurudev appeared to me in dream. And he gave some guidelines. Like Prabhupada, in that similar mood was when before his disappearance he told something to disciples. So guidelines Gurudev gave me. Then after giving that guidelines, then I woke up and immediately I understood, oh, this was the purpose. Why I became so sleepy. Really, it was intolerable to resist. So, and then after maybe one day or so, also this was another confirmation. And then after 1 or 2 days, during one Harikatha there, suddenly I saw, means by the grace of Gurudev, like a flow of remembrance came where Gurudev took me everywhere, to India and this. And Gurudev giving me message, you see how much I graced you, so don't be disappointed. Again, that mood was there to pacify. So then it was 3 times it was confirmed, and I knew that this is this lila. So then I brought that Maharaj to Slovenia, and in between that message came that Gurudev, there was some slight improvement in his health, and the doctors are also amazed that how one can survive with such low pulse, and some miracle Gurudev made. So immediately I understood Gurudev is showing us that it is not due to some karma or disease or something that he will go. No, it is not because of that. It is disappearance lila by the will of Krishna, and pure devotee, whatever he does is for the eternal benefit of all. So just to show that this is not ordinary. Then when I came to Slovenia, then we had program that Maharaj, and then they left. Then that day, same day, Gurudev disappeared in 10:15 p.m. Calcutta time. And then I saw the photo when they put Gurudev. I saw photo when next day, when they were preparing to go to Mayapur, that photo I saw. That photo was also something special. Gurudev was so beautiful. So I was thinking, means that came to me, you see, even when he's dead, he's so beautiful. It is impossible to be some ordinary thing. Really it is not, but that experience I got. We hear many things, but when you get experience direct, then you can understand. So that very beautiful. Then, they took him to Mayapur, and he was received by everyone, by all mats, beginning from Chaitanya Mat and everyone. They wanted Gurudev to stop there so that they could offer flowers and do arati and seva and everything, every mat. So it took so long time that when they came to ISKCON, it was already so late, so only on the road they offered something, but Jayapataka Maharaj said, no, he should be properly received, so tomorrow you should come in the morning before putting to Samadhi. We want to do proper reception. So really it happened. Then on next day, Gurudev went to ISKCON by the request of Jayapataka Maharaj, and also to Gopinath Gauriya Mat, and those mats more on this side. They had no time, so he went everywhere, and everyone was worshipping. So that is why many our God brothers at that time they felt, oh, Gurudev is like a Jagat Guru. We did not see before, but now we see how everyone is so much eager to worship him. All Gauriya Vaishnavas, so he's like a Jagat Guru. Then they started to put this in front of Guru. That time they got such feeling. So then another thing was there. Another one, Maharaj was to come to Slovenia because that was that time. So I had to pick him up in Croatia in the airport. So I was disturbed. Gurudev Samadhi will be webcast. There will be webcast. At the same time that Maharaj already I told I will bring him and we will have programs, so what to do? Then I called some devotees there in Croatia whether that Maharaj and me can sleep overnight at their place, and in the morning I would like to see the Samadhi ceremony of Gurudev on internet, and you may have program with that Maharaj in the morning, and then I will take him to Slovenia, because already that program was announced and everything. So those devotees, they agreed, and we were there. So I was watching from their house. Gurudev made that arrangement. I very clearly, big screen, I saw all Samadhi ceremony. And that Maharaj, he's also very dear to our Gurudev. Our Gurudev appreciated him. He said, he can speak good philosophy. You can bring him to that, our president. So then that Maharaj, he knows our Gurudev long time, since beginning, when he became a Charjo. from 79. So it was our fortune that Maharaj also in our program, he spoke about our Gurudev. So I felt Gurudev making such arrangement. I was surrounded by Vaishnavas from beginning of his Leela till all this disappearance Leela and Samadhi and everything. I was always surrounded by Maharajas to give me some solace. And then that Maharaj spoke, and then at the end he told me, now you say Jayadvani. So I started Guru Gaurango Radha, everything, but then for Gurudev I could not say Nitrila. It's difficult. But then I said it somehow. But then when I came back, that Maharaj was in our house, and after that program, then I again got from Gurudev that this is good, entrance into Nitya Lila. I felt the presence of Gurudev together with Krishna in Golok, Vrindavan. They are one. Means Krishna is transcendental, Gurudev is transcendental, his absolute counterpart. So in Lila, Gurudev is there. I felt his presence, that he is existing by his grace, and also because that Maharaj spoke. So then I was pacified. Then I could properly say this, Jai Nitarila Pravishta Om Vishnu, because it is good. He entered into eternal pastimes of Radha Krishna. So really it is Lila. And then also I felt that now this whole world is void. There is no value in this world. After Gurudev left, no, nothing, no value, because no love. No one has love, actual love. Who will give you love? There is no love. So some strong desire came, I have to go there, where Gurudev is. So I felt that this pastime of disappearance is meant only also for this, that we should be very eager to go there, to go to Vrindavan where Gurudev is there, so that we will not be attached to this world and this enjoyment and these things. No, there's nothing here. We have to go there, back home, back to Godhead. So it is not, it is eternal, Lila, it is transcendental, and it is beneficial for spiritual advancement and also for separation grief. Then relation will be more. And I have to follow what Gurudev told me, that you take shelter and go on worshipping. That is the thing. So if any of you also would like to say something, I have time, I have no problem with time. Or if not today, you can, if you want, you can say tomorrow or write or anything. Because all devotees, they got some, I heard some special experiences during that time. And Gurudev is always existing. If you pray for his grace, you will get. Then also I went to his Samadhi that same year in Mayapur, because I heard from Gurudev, when my Gurudev disappeared, he came there and pointing to Samadhi of Parangurudev. Then Guru said, I will also come here. I heard directly from Gurudev. So with this, based on this, I went that same year to Mayapur, to Samadhi, to Gurudev, and by his grace, I felt his presence. Not immediately when I gave Dandavat. That time, immediately when I came, I went alone, I went Dandavat. That time I did not feel. But in the evening, when there was Arati and there was a congregational Kirtan there, with devotees, that time I felt. So I felt Gurudev wants me that this is more powerful to, if unitedly, congregationally you worship, that will be more powerful and more, this you should follow, not solitary, but this. So if not, then I'm remembering Gurudev's Samadhi Mandir there in Mayapur. Now it is under construction, big building, but worship is going on in his Bhajan Kutir. Today also there was a big festival there. They brought Gurudev out and they performed parikrama in Samadhi with Gurudev in Mayapur, and then in front of deities, and then brought to the stage, and so many Vaishnavas, all Gauriya Mata Acharyas and Vaishnavas, they came and they spoke the glories of our Gurudev, and they said that it is, you cannot describe by words his glories. Even this Srila Sannyasi Maharaj, he told me later on when I met, I also informed him that time when Gurudev disappeared. Just few days back we were together. Then I told him now Gurudev disappeared. He was already in Calcutta. Then he said, oh, I'm going now from Bagbazar Gauriya Mat. Immediately now I will go. I will bring one Prasadi Mala of Prabhupada from that disappearance place of Prabhupada in Bagbazar Gauriya Mat. That bed is there and everything. He said, I will bring one Prasadi Mala of Prabhupada for your Gurudev. I'm going now, immediately. He told me later on, like your Gurudev, you cannot find like him. He's a personality. I appreciate him very much. And that Guru Mata also, she also, immediately when they heard Gurudev disappeared, immediately in the night they took taxi and went there. She said, such a Vaishnava you will not find. And just 1 or 2 days before that, Gopananda Bon Maharaj also came to visit our Gurudev. Everyone came. Jayapataka Maharaj also came. Or that was maybe some time before. But there are some photos when he's, and other all Vaishnavas, they came. So, but as Gurudev told me, it is not that only by saying I have connection with such and such Guru, you will get any benefit. You have to, how much you will submit to Guru, how much you will follow, that much you will get actual benefit, eternal welfare. And also, you will not get any benefit just by like saying I had so much association with Gurudev, like many years or something. That will also not be any benefit. How much you will submit and follow. Dhruva saw his Gurudev only once, but he followed his instructions. That is why he got. But there are others who are maybe very close to physically, but they're like bugs sucking blood. So that is not sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha means to follow their thought. What they are doing, that you have to follow. Then that will be sadhu sangha. Even if they are a distant place or if they are in Goloka. If you follow their thought, follow their instructions, follow their purpose, then you will get actual association, actual grace. So I'm remembering Gurudev's Bhajan Kutir in Mayapur. I saw today online. And our Srila Brihad Bharati Maharaj also spoke about Gurudev in Calcutta Mat. Our Sundar Gopal was translating. I did not yet hear full, something I heard. You will find on Facebook. If you want, I can give you a link that I plan to still hear. So I'm going down to Gurudev and pray for his causeless mercy to bestow seva of his lotus feet and the lotus feet of Supreme Lord Shri Krishna